The Common Heart Project is a form of spiritual diplomacy that works to create safe spaces for an exchange of spiritual ideas and human connection. I call it a movement that promotes interreligious and inter-ideological conversation and mutual understanding. Oh, I'll introduce myself. I'm Chelsea, and this is Jerry and Nzinga. So, Nzinga, would you be willing to speak first to just what was your past and present with regard to faith?
My parents, in their spiritual journeys and their life journeys, they found Islam through a series of events, and it's what I was born into and grew up in. I always kind of wanted to learn a little bit more and delve a bit deeper. There seemed like there were mysteries that could be explored more. It guided me to going to seminary when I was about 17 years old. As a professional, I'm a nurse, so I have a lot of interest in holistic healing of the human being.
I was raised as a Reform Jew, which is what I continued to practice. I ended up becoming a Reform rabbi, and one of the things that I think has always drawn me to Judaism is the fact that it gives me a framework in which to move through life. So it gives me the tools and resources and support in a variety of different ways when there are things to be sad about, when there are things to celebrate, and everything in between.
I was raised a Swedenborgian Christian, faith that is relatively new. Swedenborg lived in the 1700s and wrote many theological works, giving a pretty distinctly different angle on the Bible and the layers of meaning that are there and how Jesus fits into it all. And so that's my 30-second try to say what Swedenborgianism is. I have this passion for interreligious conversations, and I explored a lot of that in my late teens, early 20s. And then that was around the same time that I was reading Swedenborg's works for myself. And so it's been an interesting path where the two keep getting stronger, where my interest in connecting and having these interreligious conversations is going alongside getting into Swedenborg's texts and sharing these ideas with other people. I want to shift now to sharing just any thought or insight that you feel maybe is going to stay with you from getting to have this time together.
These kinds of conversations are so important. I often feel like most of the time we're preaching to the choir.
Yeah.
But in Judaism, we say, there's another rabbinic saying that says, if we've saved one life, it's as if we've saved the world. So if one of these videos or one conversation can somehow reach one person and get them to hopefully open their eyes and see the beauty that is within all of us, then hopefully we, will have, made a difference
Changed
in the world around us.
Yeah.
So as she said, we at least have the fact in common that we definitely want to share and be in dialogue and be in concert with the things that are important about how this world that we're living in can be a place where there's a space for all of us. God created each of us and very intentionally placed us where He placed us, nothing by accident. And so we're here to share this space, and I think it's a sign of our grace and our kindness, and a sign of our humanity how we choose to do it. Like, we're here, we're going to do it. How and what face you bring to that is really, it really reflects who you are and who you're becoming on the inside. And one of the things that does not hold up the ideas behind racism or really just bigotry, I don't believe that they hold up to genuine contact. So in the way that watching a video can be contact with someone in another space that you may never see them or you may never come across them, I hope that this is of use.
So thank you so much for being in this conversation.
Thank you for including me.
Yeah. Great, thanks.
Alrighty. You will all forgive me. You can stay as long as you want.
I know, you gotta
have
run.
to go get my son for appointment.
12:11.
Yes.
So.